My guy, Robert Bolick. What's up, bro?
What's up?
Bro,
Okay lang ba yung camera ko? Parang ang sama naman ng camera ko.
hindi, gwapo ka pa rin. Don't worry, my guy. Let's ask the fans, what the viewers right now. Guys, gwapo pa rin ba si Robert?
Hindi, yung parang iba yung ano.
Yan. Okay, there we go. We got Babes Bolick in the house. Pinatay tayo ni Huertas. Yes, guwapo, says Krisha. Zoen agrees. By the way, di yun glazing kasi nandyan si Bolick, ha? Robert, what were your thoughts? You watched the game, no? Ano nangyari sa third quarter that made it hard for us to come back after Brazil built a lead? What do you think went wrong?
Good evening, no? First time kong nakita yung gantong klaseng ano.
Playback debut. Honored ako, bro, that you chose to come with my
Playback.
playback for your debut. Oo.
Ang ganda sana ng game plan natin. No? I watched the game. I was analyzing it not as a basketball player, pero feeling coach, di ba? Feeling coach. So, really played good defense in the first half. We're up 10 at one point, right? And to be honest with you, I thought Brazil wasn't that good. You know, because I feel like Latvia and Georgia were better as a team. I think Georgia is more talented, Latvia is more talented, but I just felt like once the third quarter started, they imposed their will. They were just more physical. They were physical against Justin. Talagang tinatao nila si Justin. Talagang they pressured him. They bumped him. 12 points in the first half and 3 points I think in the second half. This just shows to the maturity of Brazil. Pero sayang kasi we were there. 29 points lang sa isang half. Our defense was really good. You know, I know our defense was good because, you know, Coach Tim, Coach Jong, Coach Sean, they were galing naman mag-isip ng mga game plans ng mga yan eh. So, I think we really played good in the first half. I thought we were gonna make it to the finals.
Yeah.
And then when I nag-CR lang ako, I just ordered McDonald's. Pagbalik ko, the game changes right away. I think yun nga, when it comes to international games, especially in the semifinals, you know, yung maturity ng Brazil, I hate Huertas. Fuck him. He was just so fucking good, man. What the fuck? He uses that ball screen so good. Talagang hinahunt nila si Kuya Junmar. He was hunting Junmar and he was just so good in a pick and roll, man. I mean, he just controlled the tempo of the game, the passes, and everybody saying you know, the mid range is dead. He was shooting mid ranges all in the fourth quarter. I mean, this guy just controlled the tempo of the game and not bad for the 41-year-old. You know, I know. I think he's 41, 40.
Mm-mm.
I just feel like we're better as a team. But talagang, as you know, basketball is physical sport, especially in international game, masyadong physical eh. They were just more physical, that's it. They were holding, they were bumping, and the referees just let the game go. For me, I think Georgia was, ang galing ng Georgia na team na yun, ha? They were really good. Latvia were really good as a team, but Brazil, they were just more physical, I think. And siyempre, malaki na nga, malakas pa. Siyempre, kahit nauunahan mo, I think Dwight, Chris, CJ, nakaka-blow by sila, pero yung bump, yung ang bilis ng recover nila kasi nga, ang laki eh. Ang lakas ng katawan. So, but again, man, for Gilas, man, I think walang nag-expect na darating sila dito, di ba? Walang nag-expect eh.
Nope. Wala. I mean, I know we've said the word puso so many times with Gilas, pero for the first time in a long time, parang now you really felt it, no? The puso. And I want to say hello to all 61 people tuning in right now. Celtics Manila, Joseph says, without Kai, this is the first game in the tournament. We didn't have an advantage in the paint. Brazil got a slight advantage on boards and points in the paint. Joseph also says Brazil really included Junmar majority of the actions in the third quarter, and they were able to send two bodies to Junmar. Hello to some of our constants like Basket BPH, Denzil, Tonyo. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Robert, for you, how big of a difference would it have been if Kai Soto was available? Do you think we win that game if Kai Soto plays and is healthy today?
I just think overall Brazil is a bad matchup for us. I really feel yung physicality kasi talaga nila eh, malakas eh. I think if we play Georgia or Latvia, kahit number 6 pa yon, we match up good with them eh. we can match up good with them. Itong Brazil na to kasi they're big. Their big men are big, agile, and they're running. Plus their physicality, they're just impose their physicality. That's it. Yung game na yun, more on physical talaga eh. They just imposed their will. Their defense was so good. And they just pressure Brownlee the whole time. Every time he gets the ball, they bump him, pressure him. Hindi kagaya nung Georgia at saka
Latvia.
Latvia. They're good basketball team, but they were not physical. And I think we could go toe to toe with them. I think Kai would make a big difference. Of course, he's 7-1, 7-2. We would love to have seen him play. So natin makita siya maglaro ng game na yun, di ba? Kasi nga, we need size, but I think that ball screen with Huertas, it just killed us. He controlled the tempo of the game from third quarter to fourth quarter. He was the reason why they won offensively. Kahit sino na umiikot na eh. From CJ to Dwight to Calvin, minsan bumabantay to Chris. He was just so good in a ball screen situation. So,
what are we gonna do, right? By the way, to those viewing right now, if you guys want to ask Robert a question, send it into the comments lang. Feel free to ask him. Miko says, if anything, Kai would have helped connected the offense with his passing. Brazil played the same defense as Latvia with high pressure on the ball handlers, and I think Kai would have helped serve as a release valve to get easier shots. Ballless Life wants to know, Robert, did you by any chance get the call to join or practice with this Gilas team?
Nope.
Do you feel bad about that, or you're okay with it?
As when it comes to Gilas, it's different. It's for the country. This not trabaho lang na for PBA, but of course, not just me. But if you ask any basketball players in the professional leagues, especially yung mga competitive players, of course, you want to be there because you feel like you're better. Ganon naman talaga eh. It's not just me. You ask the Ravenas, sino ba yung hindi nakasama nun, mga Matthew Wright, they all think they're better players. Kasi ganon kayo, basketball player kayo, you have to have that edge, you have to have that competitive edge. Pero at the end of the day, coaches make decisions, and that's Coach Tim's team. And at the end of the day, he chose the best team that he thinks can go out there and play. And you know what? He did it. We made it to the semifinals. We did it. We played good. Bad match-up lang talaga yung Brazil para sa atin kasi nga they're just more physical. They were just bigger, stronger. They were physical, and plus the talent pa, di ba? So
right.
At the end of the day, man, Coach Tim, yun nga yung sinasabi ko lagi. Ang dami din nagtatanong sa akin yan. Sabi ko, when it comes to Gilas, hindi na yung player yung gusto eh. All players want to play sa Gilas. But at the end of the day, it's the coach. He choose the team. He choose kung sinong feel niya na fit para sa kanya. And at the end of the day, kung anong mangyayari, siya yung, alam mo naman dito sa atin, diba? Coach yung sisisihin eh, diba?
Tama.
So if it's Coach Chot, iba yung style niya. So syempre, hahanapin niya yung nag-fit sa style niya. Coach Tim, iba. Ito yung style niya. So he knows what he needs sa team niya. Kung si Coach Yeng yun, sigurado nandun ako. Sure ako. Kasi
True.
Kasi Coach Yeng, patok ako sa sistema niya. Alam mo yun, same kami ng style. Run and gun, yung mga ganun. But Coach Tim is different. And tingnan mo yung laro nila, di ba? Yung triangle ni Coach. And then,
but do you see yourself fitting sa triangle and system ni Coach Tim? You think you could be effective in a system? Like, let's say Coach Tim is preparing for 2028 or the next World Cup, and he's like, Robert, sige, come practice with us. Maybe you'll fit in the system. Do you think you'd fit in well in the triangle?
Kahit anong system, you have to submit yourself. Kasi nga, ano na to eh, this is not just club team eh, this is for Team Philippines, di ba? And then you're playing with 12 the best players in the country. At the end of the day, kung ano yun nga, kung ano sabihin ng coach, he's the boss, di ba? Kasi nga, nakasalala yung trabaho niya dyan, di ba? So,
Tama.
But again, this Gilas team is very good team. Coach Tim knows how to pick his players, and at the end of the day, kung ano yung pipiliin niya, kung sino man yung, kung hindi ako nakasama, hindi man nakasama yung iba, you have to respect. He's the best coach in Philippines. I think he cemented itong OQT na to as the best coach in history, I think.
Absolutely.
In basketball, diba? So, He's the boss, man. Kung sino yung sasabihin niya, I mean, for example, tatawag siya, sabihin niya, hey, Robert, gusto mo ba maging, you wanna come in and help the team, and then if ever may injured, wala nang ego-ego dyan. You come in and you join because it's for the country. And at the end of the day, Coach Tim knows kung ano yung style na player niya. Diba?
Absolutely. MGO1414 says Berto could have served a similar role to CJ, a dynamic scorer capable of providing crucial sparks when needed. MGO also says lacking the 12th man really mattered when Kai went down. Hope to see you in 2028, Robert, says Odags. Okay, good question here from Enzo. So, two questions for you right now, Robert. One, Berto, what's your dream lineup against this Brazilian team for Gila? So, if you could pick any Filipino player to counter Brazil, which is like you said is a bad matchup for Gilas, what would be your dream lineup? And second question from Ball is Life. Robert, would you be willing to play for Gilas for free? As in, I'm guessing that means no payment, you would play for free.
We always play for free. Always. Kahit kung
Wait,
sa
so
world.
so Gilas isn't a paid job whenever you guys play for Gilas.
No. Of course, there's kung ano yung tawag ng SBP nung World Cup kami. May mga konting incentives, pero it's not that big. And why should, bakit may naisip yung bayad? You think yung Team USA, nag-iisip pa sila ng bayad para maglaro sa bansa nila? No, hindi naman. So, you don't think about the payment, man. Sabi ko nga, this is for the country. Hindi naman to club team that you're asking for payment for the company. This is for your country. You go out and fight for free. So what? It's an honor to play for your country. Diba? It is an honor. So, no brainer.
Absolutely. And what would you have been your dream Gilas lineup against this Brazil team?
Of course, a point guard position. No,
Robert Bolick, syempre.
no. I'm gonna take myself out. Let's just go with the legends. At the point guard, you're gonna have to go with Jason Castro. No question, Jason Castro. Prime Jason Castro. Kung ano yung ginagawa ni Huertas, he would have done the same thing against Brazil. No question. I'll put him at the point. I'll put Justin in the two guard.
Justin Brownlee, right?
Justin Brownlee at the two guard. I'll probably put a younger version of Junmar at the five. I'll probably put Pingris at the four. Right? And I need Pingris. He's the heart and soul. He rebounds. He moves fast. I'll put Justin at the three. I'll put Jeff Chan at the two.
Oh, shooter. Spread the floor.
Yeah, we need some shooters. So at least when Jason has that ball, he has Jeff Chan on one side, and the other side will be Justin. Then we have two people inside. Ang problema ko lang sa dalawa, si Ping tsaka si Junmar, walang isang sa taas eh. Diba, walang isa sa taas. So I might change my lineup kasi ibang basketball lang ngayon eh. I'll put Ping six man. I'll put Justin at the four, I think. I'll put Justin at the four. I need to find a three guy.
Gabe Norwood?
Yeah, probably Gabe.
Prime Gabe Norwood.
Yeah, Gabe Norwood, yeah. I think I'll put Gabe at the four probably. RDO. Four guy who can shoot outside. I mean,
why not, right? Why not?
You got Jimmy, and then you got Jeff Chan, you got all these legends.
So the press conference for Brazil versus Philippines is gonna start in about 3 minutes, which means, guys, you have a few minutes to send Robert some questions. Robert, while we're waiting for some Gilas questions, who do you want NLEX to draft in the upcoming PBA draft? Do you have a preference na ba?
No, it is a secret, man.
Oh, it's a secret. So you know who you guys are getting na?
No, I don't know. I leave that to management. I never talked to the team about getting players or who they want to pick or who to get in free agent. That's their job to do.
So you're not like LeBron who wants to play the role of general manager also.
Nah. I don't think sa PBA may ganong statue na player. I mean, outside of Junmar, I think, but other teams, I think they might ask, management might come and ask, well, who do you think? But you give your sense of kung ano yung feel mo, pero at the end of the day, management's decision. So, and dami, this draft is loaded. this draft is loaded, but I'm excited about
Absolutely.
these young guys, and let's see if they could, you know, prove their worth in the PBA.
Good question here from Maku Robert. Who do you think would have been the ideal 12 man for this Gilas team? Let's say that Coach Tim decided to add one more player, right? Let's make a rule here that let's say hindi ka pwede kasama sa options. Who do you think would have been a good 12 option to add to this current Gilas team?
Sino ba knockdown shooter ngayon?
Hmm,
We need that knockdown shooter na ano.
interesting. Who's the Matthew Wright siguro, no? Or Heading, Jordan Heading.
Na I feel like pipili ka eh. Pag nandyan si Jordan, mawawala si Chris or si Dwight eh. They're
Mm.
already that in the point guard position. So pag isabay mo, masyadong maliit.
Parks?
Parks would be good. I think Parks is the probably 80%
All
in
right.
that line.
So let's go big picture here, Robert. Yes, disappointing that we lost to Brazil, but at the same time, sobrang inspirational the victories against Latvia and Georgia and just the way the team performed, no? Do you feel that the way Gilas perform now will reignite the belief of the Filipino people in the national team? Kasi it was always there because puro talo nga the last few years. It's kind of hard to believe there's a chance to win. But after seeing the way they played in the last FIBA window and then now in the OQT, almost making the finals, do you feel that the confidence will be there? And not just the confidence na parang tiwala lang, the confidence also na kaya naman natin manalo eh.
I think itong OQT serves as we can compete. No, we can compete. We can compete with anybody. With anybody, I feel like. Except those teams like Serbia and USA, you know, mga ganong klaseng teams. But I think we could compete with anybody in Europe. Outside probably Slovenia and Greece, you know, mga ganong klaseng team which yung mga top 3, top 5 NBA players, may Luka, may mga Giannis. I think we cannot do anything about those guys. So teams like Latvia, teams like probably Spain, teams like that Brazil, we can compete with anybody, man. Coach team is so good. Kaya.
All right. So Robert, any reactions to what Coach Tim said? Anything he said that really stood out to you specifically?
I told you, right? It's their physicality. Right, their physicality. They're just too physical. That was it. And you know, Coach Tim, he always says na hindi good enough eh. Coach Tim's mindset, as a coach, I could relate as a player. Like, pag naglaro ka, you have chance. You have a chance. You have a chance to win. Nandiyan ka na eh, di ba? Nandiyan ka na eh. Kaya mo eh. But a good mindset as a coach, kahit sino pa yung kalaban, kahit number 1, number 2 pa yan, you expect to win. And yan yung mindset niya eh. Unfortunately, you know, ganoon talaga eh. Ganoon talaga. They just guarded Justin. Talagang si Justin yung kulang tonight. Grabe yung depensa sa kanya. As you've seen, you know, first to fourth nga, sabi ni Coach, di ba? Bungo, physicality, but ilang laro na eh. Pag ilang mali, 3 games in what, 4 nights? That's hard. That's very hard. Especially scoring 28 points a game. Hirap. Mahirap. So,
When you're playing that many games, right? 3 games in 4 days, and you're tasked to do so much on both sides of the floor, like si Brownlee, you have to ignite the offense. You have to be ready for kick out shooting opportunities. You have to attack. You have to play defense. You have to create for your teammates. You know, it takes a toll on your body, especially when you're in your mid 30s, like Justin is. When all of that is happening, what's the difference in your body as an athlete? Do your legs feel heavier? Yung katawan mo ba parang pagod in the second quarter instead of the third quarter? What are the differences in that kind of scenario?
ilang taon na ba si Justin?
35 if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check. Justin is 36 actually. 36, yes.
36, right? So, as I've said, the first 2 games, you know, I was analyzing, they were not attacking Justin eh. So, he could rest a little bit on defense. Pero ngayon, pinopostehan siya, inaatake siya. So, yung coach sa kabila, magaling rin eh. Ang galing nga niya, pagurin naman natin siya sa depensa. Let's make him play defense also. So, for sure, napagod din siya doon. Ang hirap eh. Kasi sa international game, it's fast. It's not like in the PBA na game is a little bit slower. Dito, every possession matters eh. So, you know what? everybody loves Justin, man. This guy's good. Kabracket kami sa PBA, this Governor's Cup. I'm gonna come up to him and say thank you. He really did, good representing our country, and we should show appreciation also. And I think everybody's showing appreciation to him. As players also, you have to commend, say, thank you. You did really good, and
Man, by the way, some NBA news, something that breaks my heart. Caleb Martin now going to the Philadelphia 76ers. Just want to get that there because, God, fucking damn it, man. We didn't only lose Caleb Martin, we lost him to a fucking I'm gonna need to drink tonight. Anyway, back to Gilas. Mamaya na yung NBA depression stage. Let's take some questions for Robert Bolick. I see that Okoko wants to come on the stage. Okay, Okoko, will bring you onto the stage. And if anyone wants to ask Robert a question, just send it in the comments and we'll have him answer. Ubos Heat Nat and Navs. Yes, Makuji, unfortunately. Caleb getting the bag. Joshua asked, actually, Caleb fumbled the bag because he could have had a 65 million extension with the Heat. He opted out. He thought he'd get a bigger contract instead. He's probably going to settle for a discounted price with the 76ers. Saj Carillo says, di ko pa din magets bakit wala si Bolick sa national team. I'm biased, so I would love to see Robert wear the Gilas jersey again because he is my boy and I think he's a great player. Dodong, Lakers and Heat natutulog sa pansitan. Okay, while we're waiting for and basket BPH, Sean Chambers is my GOAT import. But with this JB man, he deserves that statue. Make that happen. Where should we get Justin Brownlee a statue? Sa Hinebra practice facility ba? Outside Araneta Coliseum? That would be interesting. Okay, while we're waiting for Gila's questions, Robert, how do you feel about your Lakers drafting Bronny James? And what do you think of their offseason moves so far?
anong off-season moves? We have nobody.
Bro, okay, here's a good question. I want to know this. Robert, how do you take care of your mustache? What is your mustache grooming techniques, Robert Bolick?
Secret. Secret yan. It's my power, so I have to keep it secret.
All right.
Anting-anting mo yan.
Maybe one day Robert will tell us more about it. Again,
Pag nag-retire ako, sasabihin ko.
interesting. All right, all right. I'll wait for that. I might need some mustache tips also. Maybe I'll get rid of this and just keep this, no, parang pero hindi naman yung mukhang shady. All right, good question from Jamie 1109. Thank you, Jamie. Jamie wants to know, Robert, who is the best coach you have ever played for?
Oh, I have a lot of good coaches. For sure, it's supposed to be Coach Jong. Pero bago pa lang kami nagkasama eh. So, let's see. But Coach Yeng nandyan, Coach Boyet, Coach Jamaic. I think Coach Boyet. Boyet Hernandez.
Nice one. Well, Coach Boyd, of course, and you had success together in San Beda. Very significant success, shall we say. Let's see, from Makuji, as a former Lasallian for a long time, what are your thoughts on Mason Amos going to DLSU from Ateneo?
Did he transfer? Nag-transfer ba siya?
Yes, he did. Mason is going to sit out, and well, he's been criticized for it, but he's joining La Salle after being in Ateneo.
I think wala nang criticism sa ganyan. It's normal na sa ngayong panahon eh.
Well, I think he's criticized, bro, because he didn't inform his teammates and coach ahead of time that he would be leaving Ateneo. They found out only when the article came out. How do you feel about that?
It goes both ways. I mean, college now is different. Hindi kagaya sa amin dati, they were brotherhood yung college games namin dati for sure. And ngayon kasi it's more of who pays more. You gotta have to take care of yourself. Iba na yung priority ngayon eh, which is ganun talaga. Time changes. You have to follow kung ano yung ano yung nasa harap mo. But I think calling the people na nakipaglaban ka sa court, di ba? Sa first year mo sa Ateneo, I think it would be nice for you to say your goodbyes. And I think naman, I think they deserves, a little bit na, hey guys, I'm out. Sort of respect. But at the end of the day, iba na kasi ngayon eh. So, that's how college basketball is now. So, it's all about who pays who.
Exactly. Well, it's all about the money now. That is true.
Yes.
Good question here from Saj Carillo. Do you think NLEX has enough talent to win a PBA title? If not, what do you guys think? What do you think you guys need to improve on?
As a player, I always think, basta nandun lang ako, we can win. Ang dami pa namin kulang. Ang hirap kasi magsalita ng ganyan kasi it's like downgrading your teammates. Everybody in the PBA is good, but there's tier levels. There tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 level players. There's roles in a certain team. I think we just need, a couple of young guys, maybe a big man. We need everything. But at the end of the day, it's always about, yung chemistry sa team. And we have good chemistry. We have a new coach come in, a 9-time PBA champion, Coach Jong. He's with Gilas now. I'm pretty sure may mga nakikita siya doon na gagamitin namin sa bagong ano. But kung sa ano pa kami, paraming Lakers. Ganon. Diba? Para kaming ganon. So, nandun kami sa borderline na sana, I wanna win a championship na. It's been a long time coming. Ito na lang kulang ko. So, sana.
Absolutely. Listen, if mag-champion ka sa PB, I'm just letting you know I'm calling you nonstop. And I'm telling you, bro, you owe me a drink after you win the championship. You told me that when you win a championship, we're gonna celebrate, you and I.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to that. And maybe pwede natin sama yung mga friends natin watching right now. Kahit stream natin yan. Remember the one time during the pandemic, we did a podcast recording, tapos biglang pagpasok mo, may red horse kang dala. And I'm like, bro, this guy,
Yeah.
man, this guy.
Yes.
No, but no, definitely Robert, one of the nicest guys off the court you will meet, no matter what. Championship at Ginebra, Sanjay says for Robert. We'll see, we'll see. All right, good question here from Okoko. We'll take a few more questions. Best international player you have ever faced?
Jokic.
Mahirap talaga, no?
Jokic. He was really good. Jokic was really good.
Interesting.
Really,
Okay.
really good.
Good question here from Enzo. Let's say Kiefer goes back to the PBA. Would Alberto and Kiefer backcourt work?
Yes, of course. Kahit sino teammate ko will always work. Always.
Nice, nice, nice. Let's see. Did I miss any question here? Okay. From Mika. Mika wants to know, Robert, what changes would you have made after during the third quarter if you had gotten the chance? So let's say you were Coach Tim Cohn and you were coaching this Gilas team and you're watching Brazil go on a huge run in the third period. The game is shifting the momentum. What changes would you have implemented and made?
I think I would go back to that zone. I think our zone really played good against Georgia. Kasi pinapatay tayo dun sa sa top ball screen eh. So, let's eliminate Huertas, di ba? That top ball screen. He's a more set shot player sa 3 points eh. I think we could challenge that, right? So, I think for me, pwersahan natin sila to more 3-point shot. They were missing 3-point shots. I think they shot 28% sa 3. I think we should live by that, but I don't know. I'm not a coach, but just seeing how good our zone against Georgia, kahit lamang sila ng 20, di ba? Humabol tayo, nag-zone tayo all the way. So, might as well, try that.
Absolutely. By the way, and Zoen says, galing sumagot ni Berto. Hope we see you here regularly. Robert Bolick is always welcome to come on Playback on the Navs Effect podcast on Playback. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll get Robert to host his own podcast about basketball and breaking down film
Yes.
because we are actually allowed to break down film here on Playback. So, Robert, that's somewhere that I think you would really shine. We could be
Yes.
watching NBA games, WNBA, EuroLeague, FIBA. We
Yes.
could break down the
Yes.
film. And
Yes.
and that leads me to my next question, Robert. Do you think the young basketball players of today are too focused on the highlights rather than breaking down film and looking at the little things that can help them improve as basketball players?
That's the thing, right? Yan yung sinasabi ko sa high school players, college players. I mean, in basketball, you always have to find an edge. Like me, I'm not the fastest one. I'm not the strongest one. I'm not an athlete, but I go by. I go by. I arrive. Why? Of course, hard work and all that, but through film, you have to watch film. You have to know kung sino yung kalaban mo. You have to know kung ano yung ginagawa nila sa ball screen, saan ka nalilibre, saan yung tira mong pumapasok. And I think, hindi ko alam, but I don't think everybody in the PBA, do that. So, as long as walang gumagawa niyan, I take my chances, di ba? I watch film, I break it down. I know kung anong, if we play Ginebra, I know what they're gonna do. If we play Magnolia, I know what they're gonna do. No, Meralco, alam ko. San Miguel, alam ko na lahat ng depensa eh. I know, if we play this team, I know kung ano yung gagawin nila. I've seen it. So, I know I'm comfortable kung ano yung gagawin ko. Nothing, hindi na ako, bago to, no. I study, I watch them. I study kung anong class in depensa gagawin nila. So, I know because I watch film, I study. You have to be psychotic. You have to keep on watching films kasi it will help you. Pagdating sa laro, you'll know. If I do this, if I fake, go left, this guy will always jump. So I have to just, one pump fake, he's gonna jump, foul. If this guy is guarding me, his defense always do this. Okay, I know already. Once he's in front of me, I know I just go left all the way. He can't stop me. If this guy. So I know every player's tendency because I watch film. I take time to watch film.
And it's
So
not one of those cases na you watch it 1-2 hours lang gets mo na. You have to make it a part of
yeah,
your
yeah.
daily life, right?
It's like shooting a basketball. It has to be repetitively.
Muscle
So
memory, yes.
if you keep on shooting 5,000 shots or 500 or 400 shots a day, pagdating ng laro, magugulat ka na lang papasok because you've worked on it. You studied it. So alam mo. So
Yeah, absolutely. We have some comments here. Dodong says, seeing Berto's basketball IQ on display makes me sad again that he wasn't part of this team. He is also a 39% three-point shooter in World Cup play. Robert, do you know what you shot from three this last PBA season? I think it was above 40%, diba? Or did you not crack 40%?
I shot 40% in the middle and then I went back. I think I'm now in the 30s. It's hard to, as I've said to my coaches, I could never shoot 35% up because I will never have a wide open shot in the 3 point
Yes.
area.
And also, you're the one taking the end of the shot clock shots, which are rush
So
shots, diba?
so and then I'm shooting half court shots, yung mga 1 second na lang binabato ko na
So, hindi ko yung type na kung wari lang ibabato mo, pero hindi mo pala ibabato, like NBA players.
Yeah. They're too sa ganyang situation I didn't go overboard na I'm thinking too much of my field goal percentage. Of course I could do that, but I'm not that type of player. Feeling ko hindi naman siya ganun importante when it comes to negotiating your contract sa Pilipinas. Like, I'm shooting, wala namang ganun eh. Hindi naman kagaya sa NBA. So, hindi pa naman dumating na ganong klaseng level, di ba? So, usually, dito sa PBA, it's an eye test. This guy is good based on their eyes, and then that's why I don't take too much, focus on my shot percentage. But I practice the shots that I'm gonna do in the game. Yun, iniinsayo ko yun. But the percentage and the 3 points na, pag iniisip ko yun, mawawala ako sa laro eh. I'm too conscious. Sayang to, no. In the game, I go Kobe Bryant. Shoot it.
There's a good question here from Ron Robert because considering how smart you are about the game and how you really think the game, whether it's when you're watching film or playing it on the court, would you ever consider coaching after your playing career? Also, because you love the game so much.
I've been thinking about that. I don't know. I feel like I'm good analyzing the game, but I feel like ngayon hindi ko pa masasagot because maawa ako sa players ko na magko-coach eh. Because I prepare myself this way, and if they don't do that, it's gonna be maddening. Magagalit ako, di ba? Kasi I did this, I work hard, I didn't go out, I don't drink, I'm in the house all the time, I lift weights, I take care of my body, I don't eat shit food. So if I see them do that, magagalit ako, and I see them in practice if they don't do extra work. You know how players are now, they just want to go out, things like that. I feel like I'm gonna be too strict, and then feeling ko hindi bagay But I feel like, maybe when I'm 38, 40, pag nag-iba na yung, mentality mo, when you grow older, maging more mature ka. I think, yeah, I'm planning to be a coach in the future, but as of now, I don't know yet. Let's see.
Nice. Very interesting. I would love to see what you would do as a coach. Kiefer Ravena's also gone on the record to say that he would love to be a coach. Who knows? Maybe one day we see a team coached by you versus a team coached by Kiefer. I mean, that is incredible. Robert, a lot of discussions also lately about the triangle offense
Yes.
and what Coach Tim Cohn runs with Gilas. And a quote stuck out to me where Coach Tim said the reason he loves the triangle offense is because it allows his team to play defense. So you face teams coached by Coach Tim, Ginebra, of course, most notably, which runs the triangle offense. What does Coach Tim Cohn mean by that? But that when they play the triangle offense, that also allows them to play defense.
It's because walang rush shot. If there's no early shot, there's no rush shot, there's no long rebound para mag-fast break, di ba? Everything is a good shot. So if missed, nasa rim lang, and then they're beside their players so they could come back in defense easily. That's why they control the tempo of the game. Kaya nga, kahit nga dito nakikita mo sa OQT, di ba? Their tempo, they're controlling the tempo because they're running the triangle. They're not rushing into shots. Like what Coach Tim said, di ba, sa press. Pagdating ng second half, too many one-on-ones. Right? Everybody's rushing shots. Hindi na sila bumalik doon sa triangle. Kaya nakakatakbo, hindi nakakaset yung depensa. Hindi kagaya nung first half, they were running it. They were not rushing it. And of course, they make tough shots, but it's within the system. That's why Coach Tim's team is one of the best defensive team because once you execute an offense and there's no rush shot, there's no force shot, hindi yung pinilit na tapos biglang binato, may katabi mo na yung depensa eh. So you just go back. Katabi mo lang. Hindi yung biglang pag-dribble mo, pagtira mo, pabalik pa lang sila, nag-long rebound, patakbo na. Kaya hindi ka makakababa sa depensa. So that's why his triangle is still working.
So interesting point here by Odags, and I'm curious too. Coach Tim said that they didn't really practice the zone defense, but they used it against Georgia and gumana siya. Right. The
Yeah.
nice thing about the zone also is a lot of times, particularly after timeouts, teams diagram plays, right, on the board, prepare them with the coaches,
Yes.
tell the players. Tapos biglang pag may zone defense, it's like the play they ran kind of goes out of the window because the defense is
Yes.
totally different. Of course, the risk of the zone is it could lead to open outside shots and offensive rebounds because there are open gaps to attack. And you mentioned that it might have been helpful to go zone defense in the third quarter when Gilas was losing its lead and fell behind against Brazil. Do you think the zone defense would have made it a competitive game in the fourth quarter?
I think so because the tempo of the game is gonna slow down. Sabi nga ni Coach Tim, they're running that top ball screen every time. Eliminate na yung top ball screen na yun kasi hindi mo na maaakyat si Junmar kasi they're in a 2-3 zone. So, they're gonna be forced to thinking, oh, pasa-pasa, pasa-pasa, mauubos yung oras into a top shot. So, probably, no, I'm not a coach, but I just felt like maybe they should have tried it once. But, Coach Tim, you could never question his, his greatness, di ba? Kung feeling niya hindi mag-work yun, hindi mag-work yun.
Absolutely. Jamie with a comment here. Dream Olympic Gilas 12. JC, Jordan Clarkson, Dwight Ramos, JB. Is that Justin Brownlee? I think you can only play one of, unless JC could be a local player, which I hope will be the case eventually. Edu, Kai, New, Heading, Malonzo, Scotty, JMF, Bolick, Abando. Maku says this team's defensive coordination and switching was so on point and really impressive, except for Junmar, unfortunately, who really got attacked on PNRs, which is why I felt the zone against Georgia worked even without practice because they're just so locked in with each other. Joshua says, maraming salamat sa free therapy session. You're more than welcome. You have played against Junmar, Robert. And when you play against Junmar, yun nga, because he might not laterally be as quick as other big men like an Almazan or a Bates, right? For example, does that make it easier to attack June more when you're like, okay, whoever's guarding him, ball screen now. If mag-drop siya, I get an open jump shot. If he switches out to me, I can beat him in a foot race. If i-trap ako, I'll have a teammate wide open. You know, there are like different ways to attack him. Do you feel that is the one weakness in Junmar's game? His lateral quickness when guarding pick and
No, I
rolls.
mean, the game is different now. Lahat 3 points na eh. They always say wala na yung mid-range, di ba? So, I think that's a good defense. You just give up the long two rather than a layup. But that's the game now. Yan na yung laro ngayon eh, di ba? So, anyways, brother, baby's duty muna ako. And,
All right, bro.
thank you. Next
Of
time, gawa
course,
tayo ng
man.
podcast, ha?
All right. Yeah, for
Let's-
sure.
Thank you, guys, and let's do this often. Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Robert. Join us for a film session next time. Appreciate you, man.